Good morning, children, and welcome to St. Mark's and Holy Innocents Joint Benefice Sunday School. My name's Anne, and today we're going to talk about the disciples and also to people we look up to. Have any of you got a favourite footballer or musician that you follow, maybe a band that you follow, that you listen to on YouTube? Or if it's a football team, could be local or national, you are following at the moment, especially in the Euros that are going on. And you listen to what they say on media, or you read about them. If it's a musician, you may be able to follow them or go to an event later on in the year. We do hope so, don't we? And it could be someone like in Formula One, Lewis Hamilton. I usually follow Lewis Hamilton when he is racing. He's a very good champion. And you tell friends about them, don't you? It's what probably makes them popular. And also they're probably in the media a lot too, in the news. But we tell friends about them, don't we? And we discuss them. It's a bit like Jesus and his disciples. Now, can you remember the disciples' names? You will need them later on, but you will be able to look them up in the Bible. But let's see how many that we know. Now, the first one was Simon Peter, that Jesus used to call Peter. Then there was his brother Andrew. There was James and John. These were all fishermen. Then there was Philip and Bartholomew, Thomas and Matthew, the tax collector. Then there was James and Thaddeus. And finally, Simon and Judas. Now remember Judas, he betrayed Jesus, didn't he? So that is the 12 disciples. And as you heard, some were fishermen. We had a tax collector there. I think we've also got a medical man. But they all had different jobs. But they left them to follow Jesus, to listen at Jesus' teaching, and to learn from him, to see his power, that he was able to heal people. And they were with him when Jesus went to his hometown. It's beginning with an N. Can you remember what it was called? That's right. Nazareth. He went to Nazareth. Now, Nazareth being his hometown, I expect the disciples thought they were going to get a great reception and a lot of people willing to listen to what he was saying. But unfortunately, they were wrong. They were wrong. When he went to his hometown, there were people here that did not listen at all to what he was saying. I wonder why that was. Could it be that they knew him when he was a boy? They knew him as a child growing up, and they also knew him for what he did for a living at the beginning. Now, do you know what that was? If you look at the door behind me, that might give you a clue. Jesus was a carpenter, a trained carpenter. He worked with wood. So that's probably how they remembered him. And because of that reason, they didn't listen to him. They didn't listen to him. Their minds were closed, and so their hearts as well. They didn't listen to what he said. That was a shame, wasn't it? That he wasn't listened to in his hometown. But the disciples were learning all the time about Jesus and the way he showed mercy to people, the way he listened and knew that people wanted help. Our church is still flourishing because people need Jesus' help and they look towards Jesus, especially in the last year and a half that we've had. People turn to Jesus more. And the disciples now, Jesus knew, were ready to go out in the wider world, to become apostles. Apostles mean to send out, to carry on to do Jesus' work. With their faith in Jesus, they could do his work. And that's all they did have. They didn't have any other resources, but they had faith in Jesus. And Jesus must have had faith in them as well. It's a two-way thing. Must have had faith in him as well, and the disciples as well, to go out to do his work. Now, we have faith in Jesus too. And we can also, like the disciples, spread the word of Jesus. Jesus in our lives. We could talk about Jesus to other people. We can spread the word, and we can be apostles too, in our own way. Because we have faith in Jesus. And he in us. Now, we're going to do a prayer. Loving Father, help us to listen carefully to the call of Jesus. Give us a love for him that sends us out, to tell others of his power and his greatness. May we share in his mission and in his message by the way we live and speak. Amen. Now, children, I'm going to send you the worksheet. And the worksheet this week is one of these puzzles that you have to find names in, a word search. And you have to find the names of the 12 disciples. Now, if you need to look that up, go to Matthew 10, verses 1 to 4. And this will remind you of their names. Now, I'm sure you'll like doing that. There's also a promise at the bottom of the page that says, 1, to pray every day, 2, to read your Bible, 3, to attend worship. It could be on video, so don't worry about that if you're not back to church yet. So, that has been the lesson for the day. And Maureen will join you next week. So I'll say goodbye. Bye-bye.